The next generation of gaming is right around the corner, and I don't know about you guys, but the PlayStation 5 is particularly pulling my interest towards what the future of console and at-home gaming can really be. But out of the blue, NVIDIA smacked that dream, that hope, that future that we were all thinking was going to be the new normal. It just smacked that out of the way and pushed gaming to an even more acceptable and more common level, if you ask me. And I think that's a great thing. But first, I want to talk a little bit about this Forbes article discussing the new ad making a strong case for the PlayStation 5 over the Series X. Now, in this video, I want to talk about 3 or 4 different articles. I'm not going to sit here and read every single one of them to you. I wouldn't insult your intelligence. However, we're going to just kind of highlight some important aspects from each and discuss the overall arching theme of what I think is actually some good news for the next console generation. And this abrupt NVIDIA releasing of next-gen graphics cards could have Sony rethinking entirely their new price structure for the PlayStation 5, and perhaps may be the reason we haven't seen a price leak quite yet. Let's get into it. Through its brief, the latest PlayStation 5 ad makes a strong case for Sony's upcoming next-gen console. It makes me want one, and it certainly makes the Series X look like a second choice to Sony's strong software lineup. The games showcased in this breathtaking immersion trailer are Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, or Horizon Forbidden West, Ratchet and Clank, Demon Souls, and Gran Turismo 7. So let's just quickly watch the trailer. It's pretty sick. I'm not gonna have the volume on because that's not really necessary. Just kind of want to highlight the graphics and how amazing everything looks. Just the way the lighting reflections are going on with the RTX, the intense SSD, it looks amazing. And then these are the 2 things that are piquing my interest, is the adaptive triggers with the haptic feedback. And then they're talking about this 3D audio. I really like to understand what they mean with 3D audio in the sense of, well, the PlayStation, because we've seen things like this happen with NVIDIA and other PC titles. They have this, like, Razer has it on a lot of their headphones where you can add this 3D audio, and it never quite works as well. So I'm interested to see how Sony, what their take is on it, so to speak. The trailer emphasized the various ways the PS5 has improved beyond graphics, including DualSense controllers, haptic feedback, and adaptive triggers, and powerful 3D audio. It's not a long trailer, but it does the trick, positioning the PlayStation 5 as the must-have next-gen console. Even just 5 exclusive make it a stronger selling point than the lackluster showing from Microsoft lately. Not all of these games will release directly at launch, of course, but even a couple plus whatever third-party releases are coming out. Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, Black Ops Cold War should do the trick. The real problem is whether Sony can produce enough PS5 units to meet demand, something I fear will unfortunately not be the case. Then he talks about what he thinks the pricing is going to be, and he thinks it's going to be around $500 for the disc edition and $400 for the digital edition. I disagree with that with old information, but with this new information, it actually could realistically be that cheap. So what I think a lot of people are not understanding about this next gen of consoles is gaming, you can have all the highest tier specs in the world. You can have them all. That doesn't mean your game is going to be great. Doesn't mean the games for the console are going to be good. It doesn't mean the experience using the system is going to be worth a damn. The PlayStation, and I've been saying this for months, you can go back and look at all my old videos. Sony cares about the experience of the console. They don't care about just putting in 4,000 teraflops, a fast SSD, highest graphics cards. They care about the haptic feedback, the audio, the way the console looks, the software that you're going to turn on every day when you're playing your games. They care about all the little details. Just because it's a little less powerful doesn't mean anything to me. It's still going to be able to do 8K games if you really want. And it has the whole package. It has everything. Now, a few days ago, NVIDIA just announced their new RTX 380, 370, 360 lineup. Or no, excuse me. 370, 380, 390. And the 380, which is their upper mid-tier card, is going to be $700. And the 370 outperforms the 2080 Ti right now, and with less graphical memory. And it's an amazing feat. what's interesting about the 370 being able to outperform the 2080 Ti is the 2080 Ti, which was half as powerful, was a minimum of like $1,200. And the 3070 is around $499, I think, is the price. Yes, RTX 3070 will be available at some point in October at $499. That is insane. We also see that the RTX 3090 is going to be able to output 8K gaming, I think at frame rates as high as 60, perhaps even more. And something like this with a raging CPU with ray tracing and all the high-end features is going to be awesome. That's something that a lot of people don't understand is these consoles, while they are going to be able to output at 8K 30 frames likely, or even 4K 120, all of the features are not going to be able to be on simultaneously. If you have a powerful enough PC, you're going to be able to output at ridiculous frame rates, at ridiculous DLSS with ray tracing, all of these amazing features. It is expensive. It's $1,500, but that's $200, $300 more than the 2080 Ti. So I could see a lot more people going for this than who purchased the 2080 Ti. It's only a couple $100 more, and you're future-proofing your system for years. Now, I would probably get a 3070 or 3080 because that's more in line with what monitors I have, because owning a PC is expensive. Getting the peripherals, getting the monitors, getting all that stuff inside of your PC, it's not cheap. A nice CPU is around $700 for something beefy and long-term proof. Now, seeing something as cheap as $499 for a 3070 that outperforms the 2080 Ti, which can do 4K 60 for sure. I'm playing games at 2K 120 all the time, and I have ray tracing on sometimes I don't. But if I can get a graphics card and put it in my PC now for the same price as a PlayStation, then is a PlayStation really worth it? That's where the arguments are going to have to be made, because that's where it comes into experience. And Sony has the upper hand when it comes to Xbox. Microsoft is really just out of the game as far as I'm concerned. And this like console gaming war is between Sony, PC, NVIDIA, and then the Nintendo Switch. Everybody is going to want one of them, if not all of them. And it's going to be interesting to see this new, price discrepancy, if there even is going to be one. You could really get a Sony PlayStation 5 for around $500. That's what the leaks are saying. Have this amazing software experience, exclusives, but it's still not going to be as fluid and seamless as something as a PC. So I'm really curious to see if Sony actually lowers the cost of the GPUs. And then in this article, we see that AMD Big Navi Radeon 6000 with 16 gigabytes allegedly priced to undercut the RTX 3080, which is at $699. So if AMD is trying to undercut NVIDIA and NVIDIA is trying to undercut PlayStation, and the AMD architecture is in the PlayStation, it's really a mind F. It's a frickin' mind frick. And I'm not even sure what to think anymore. Everything literally just turned upside down in the matter of seconds. And I'm not sure what to say.